Hello everyone and welcome to my second Kamado Tanjiro Wig tutorial. If you watched the first one, you will know that I wasn't happy with how it turned out, so here we are again. Will I be satisfied with it this time? Watch until the end to find out. The wig is from AliExpress and you can find the link in the description box. These are the things we will need: some needles, some hair clips, a hair scissor, a thinner scissor and a tail comb, and a hair straightener that is set to 180 degrees Celsius. The first thing we are gonna do is to secure the wig with some needles. I center the wig by using my eyes and the ear tabs as a guide. I then place the needles at the ears, at the center, and in the back by the neck. I will first divide the hair into top, side and nape sections. Tanjiro has a side part on his left side and I'm using my tail comb as a guide. I place my tail comb around the inner corner of the eye and then I split the hair and brush it out. I use the ear tabs as a guide to divide the side section from the nape section. Then I clip it away so I can work on the nape and crown section. We're now going to cut the nape here and I'm using my hair scissor and comb. First we're going to divide the hair into crown and nape sections. Since I don't have enough hair clips, I move my hair clip as I cut the hair. Then I take a small section of hair with my comb and I use my middle and index finger to hold the hair. The first section here is just me testing how I should cut it. I decided to use the blunt cutting method, which is not the one I'm doing here. Blunt cutting is when you cut straight across. You use your middle and index finger as your guideline and then you just cut along your fingers. Blunt cutting gives flowing layers and a very solid thicker appearance. When you use your fingers as a guideline, it's very important that you develop muscle memory so the hair is cut in the same length all the way around. If you will take a look at my hand, you can see that my little finger is resting on the head, and the hair I'm holding is around 5 to 6 centimeters long. I make sure my hand stays in that position all the way around. Since we don't have the same hand size, you might need to hold your hand different. Just make sure that your hand stays in the same position. It's up to you to decide how long or short you want the wig. Just be careful you don't cut it too short. When I take a new section, I take some hair from the former section as a guideline to make extra sure the hair is cut even. Then I just continue all the way around. I then go over the ends with my thinner scissor because Tanjiro sort of have soft spikes in his hair. His hair is not spiky like Naruto's hair, but it's still to the spiky side, and I think the best way to create that is to thin out the ends so the hair will naturally fall into soft spikes. I also cut the ends of the crown hair with my thinner scissor. I didn't feel the need to cut it shorter, it already had a great length. I also cut the bottom of the nape hair shorter with both scissors. This is how the back looks so far. I will then start cutting the side hair. I first divide it into a top and bottom section. The bottom section will be the side hair that is gonna lay against our face, while the top section is gonna be his side bangs. I will first straightening the bottom out before cutting, and when I cut, you will see me cutting directly up against the hair, and that takes twice amount the time that it should. Instead, you need to angle your scissors just a tiny bit, so you will cut strands of hair off instead of just one strand at a time. One thing I paid extra attention to while cutting was to keep the hair long, cause my first Tanjiro wig was cut way too short at the side, which is also why I prefer cutting the front part of my wigs while wearing them, so I can be sure they are cut to fit my face shape. I then thin out the ends with my thinner scissor. Then I will work on the top section, and I'm gonna divide the top section into two sections, an upper part and a lower part. I want the lower part to lay underneath the top part, but still be visible to the eyes. I made this drawing so you can hopefully get an idea of what I mean. The green one is the lower section and the purple one is the top sections that lays above the lower section, but the lower section will still peek out underneath. I first cut the hair shorter, and then I went over with my thinner scissor. I then take my straightener to heat it up so I can shape it the way I want it to, but then I found it a bit too long for my tasting, so I cut it a bit shorter. I then just heat it up again, and then I take my Got2be Hairspray to set it, but first I set the side hair so it will lay towards the face, and I use my comb to really press it to the wig head. I'm really sorry that you can't see what I'm doing. I sometimes forget that I'm recording. I really need to work on that. I then style the top part, and the only thing I'm doing is to heat it up and put it into shape and then secure it with hairspray. And this is how it turned out. So now it's time to work on the other side, and first I'm gonna make the side hair. It's the same steps like on the other side. And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna start working on the bangs. And you know, I had this idea. And I was pretty sure that this was gonna turn out amazing. But when I was done, I looked at it. Maybe it looks better when I wear it. It did not. But I'm still gonna let you watch what I'm doing. It's not that much. It's a little bit of cutting, and most of it is pretty much me playing around with it. So again, I'm starting with the side hair. I'm taking my straightener to straighten it out, and then I just take my scissor to cut it shorter, making sure it's cut the same length like the other side. thinning the ends with my thinner scissor and then set it with hairspray. When it comes to the bangs, it's pretty much just the same as we have done. I'm cutting it a little bit shorter if I find it necessary and then thin out the ends with my thinner scissor. Then give it some volume with my straightener and just trying to style it as much as Tanjiro's hair. Here I am giving volume to the bangs. I heat up the roots with my straightener and then I flip it forward to cool down and then I flip it back. What I personally think went wrong was that I gave it too much volume and this side part was too much parted, if that makes sense. I had cosplayed him with this version of the wig, but I did not like how the wig looked on me, so I went back to restyle the bangs. I only brushed out the volume and set it with hairspray. I didn't find it necessary to record cause it only took 10 seconds to do. I will show you at the end how this version of the wig turned out and then what the new version looks like today. We have now come to the last part of the tutorial and that is to do the final touches. Here I am using my straightener to curl the spikes a bit more upwards and then I set it with lots of hairspray and I run my fingers through the hair to style it. Quite often the hair at the adjustable tabs doesn't always lay smooth against one's neck, so I'm using my comb and hairspray to really press it against the neck so it doesn't stick out when I wear it. And then I gave the bangs more volume with the help from my comb, which was such a mistake. Then there are a few sparks that were a bit edgy on the end, so I tried to cut it with my thinner scissor, but it was quite a challenge with all the hairspray. Then I just give it a good amount of hairspray and then we are done with the wig. So to answer my question, am I satisfied with the wig? Yes, I really love the outcome of it, except for the left bangs. When I tried on the wig, I looked absolutely ridiculous. So as I said earlier, I brushed the bangs back and now I think it looks good on me. But it also looks really boring compared to the first version. So before I show you how the wig looks like today, you have to keep in mind that it has been out on a photo shoot, it's been out in stormy weather, been through dirt, don't ask me how that happened, and been stuffed back to a plastic bag. It really needs a restyling and I wanted to do that, but I have run out of hairspray and been too lazy to buy a new one. But there will be pictures at the end from the photo shoot. This is how the wig looks like today, and yes, it has seen better days. I will restyle it when it's time to cosplay him again. My favorite part of the wig is the back. There's kind of a dimension going on and I love it so much. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So a total side step from the wig, but you have probably noticed something different with the background, right? So this room is no longer my wig styling room, which means that the next time you will see a tutorial for me, it will be in a new location. None of you will probably notice because the background will be the same, but hopefully the lighting will be better. With that said, thank you so much for watching. This tutorial was a bit of a challenge for me. I had a hard time trying to explain the things that I was doing and especially finding the right words in English. Luckily my best friend was here to help and I think we have nailed it the best way we could for now. But as always, if there's something you didn't understand or something where you have no clue about what to do, then don't be shy and leave a comment. I will try to explain as best as I can. If you liked the video, please give it a thumb up, and if you want to see some of my other videos, feel free to visit my channel, and if you like my content, don't be shy to hit the subscribe button. If you want to see my cosplay pictures, links to my other social media accounts are in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, see you next time.